People call Scientology a cult. And they're right. It is a cult. But the last people who are ever going to know that are the Scientologists. Cult is an interesting word. I don't know if you guys have ever checked this out. It's the root word for culture and cultivate. And it has the same origins as the word colony. And these words go back to an idea of a place where things are grown and where people lived. A fertile ground for raising things, which has now come to mean religious ideas. Now, any group or any culture has things about it that define its members as different from other groups or other cultures, and that's fine. Humanity revels in its differences across the planet, and that's not an inherently bad thing. We should celebrate our differences in food, thought, dress, and even ideas of worship. One of the things I've spent some time learning about is what makes a cult into a cult. Well, it's pretty simple, really. A cult takes those differences to a whole new level. It takes the natural diversity of life and vilifies anyone who doesn't come to agree with the way the cult leaders say things should be. Let me give you some examples from my own experience. Now that I am no longer a Scientologist, I no longer believe that L. Ron Hubbard and David Miscavige are somehow blessed with divine infallibility and are smarter than everyone else. I no longer believe that if the leaders of the nations of Earth would just listen to Scientology, then the Scientologists would set everything straight with the world. I no longer fear the consequences of asking too many questions about what's going on with Scientology, like, say, how many members there are, or how much money it has in its offshore bank accounts. And by the way, questions like that will get you kicked out of the church. I will no longer have to undergo hard labor or rigorous ethics programs if I get into trouble or ask too many uncomfortable questions about things I see that don't make any damn sense. I no longer have to listen to anyone telling me how I should think or act or speak or how to raise my kids or whether I can even get married and have kids. Wow. I no longer fear the internet or have to be careful to screen out anti-Scientology data before it can threaten me or damage my immortal soul for all of eternity. I no longer believe that I am in a unique position to save all the other inferior human beings on this planet because of the special knowledge and status I have as a Scientologist. I no longer feel that the end justifies the means, nor that anything I do for Scientology is right just because it's for Scientology. I no longer feel guilty or shameful for not giving all of my time and money to Scientology. I no longer feel like Scientology is more important than my family, my friends, or pretty much anything else in my life, nor do I have to worry about having non-Scientologist friends or relationships. I no longer support the idea that Scientology needs lots and lots and lots of money to get things done, and that it will never really have enough money to secure enough to accomplish its goals. I no longer believe that it comes down to us Scientologists versus the rest of the delusional humanoids on this planet. Nor do I have to wonder why everyone can't see how great Scientology obviously is. And finally, I no longer live in fear of leaving the Church of Scientology because of what they might do to me, my family, my job, or my life. It feels really good to not have those things on my back anymore. All of those things are what make Scientology a cult. Now here's the trick to Scientology, or any other cult for that matter. Once you have someone in, and you can convince them that they are in a special and unique place, where they are superior and different from everyone else, then you've basically got them forever. Because then they will convince themselves that anything wrong with the group, or what's going on, is just a temporary phase in its evolution. Everything's going to work out great in the end. And if the person has any desire to help, or make things better, which most people do, then it's pretty easy to push that help button and make them feel like it's their duty to work for the group. Sacrifice for the greater good is noble, right?